Before you incarnate on planet Earth, your soul is prepared for incarnation, for at some level your soul chose to be here. You will first indeed gather around you your guardian angel and the ascended masters of your own soul group, and thus you will discuss why you choose to incarnate here, and indeed whatever you need to bring to humanity and planet Earth, as well as the soul lessons in highest mastery you wish to gain. At this momentous time, when your soul indeed knew that the new earth would be born and the new golden age, and the old earth would cease to exist, many of your own soul group decided to incarnate with you. This is especially true of the soul groups, the illumined ones, the shining ones, the loving ones, the graces, the creative ones, the beautiful ones, etc. These are your true soul brother and sister. And indeed, they often incarnated with you to fulfill a specific calling, and thus indeed often were part of the group soul incarnation. You will often find such group incarnations in those who form the base of the mystery schools, as well as certain groupings of esoteric knowledge. When Atlantis fell and many of these souls being persecuted in other lifetimes, it was agreed that the knowledge would henceforth be stored fully in the soul itself, and not written down in books, etc. Thus, the soul would access its own soul memory bank and that of the monad and the divine source, and thus bring this information, knowledge and wisdom to the planet Earth, at this time in its purest and uncontaminated forms. Thus a mass awakening of souls is occurring, who now remember the truth of who and what they in truth are, and bringing this back to humanity. If you belong to any of these groupings, then you will find that certain names, certain places, certain sacred sites, certain books or teachings will trigger your soul memory banks. For me, this has always been. When I asked questions, and books would literally fall off the library shelves and open by itself, and the answers would just jump out at me. Thus I have learned to always ask the divine and my higher guides, and the answers would come when I was ready to receive such. Now, I simply ask, and the answers will just be transmitted through me and my soul, or I will be led to the answers, and my soul will resonate at the deepest levels with the information given, or my Lord Melchizedek or the Divine Mother will provide me directly with answers. Sometimes I just know the whole of creation, and your soul is indeed like a cosmic resonance detector. The highest truth for your soul will always resonate deeply within you. You will recognize the truth and you will resonate with the truth, as your soul will remember. I have always known that I have a deep connection with the mystery schools, and thus throughout my life, apart from what has been directly given to me, I have found comes to me in deep resonance. Thus the Cathar teachings, the Essences teachings, and indeed others, have triggered my soul memory banks, and even what was before they were on earth. For divine truth has always been held in tiny pockets of light workers on earth since its fall. Because of severe persecutions, so much has been lost, but indeed has never been lost, but is held within my soul, yours and others who have held such. This why the inner teachings were always held within the inner groupings, and thus held to be so sacred, that one first had to go through initiations and purifications before once was allowed to access such teachings. It was not to withhold, but indeed, it has to do with the soul's readiness to receive such information, and indeed to become it. From the depths of the heart and soul and all of one's being, systems disintegrating, with accelerated ascension, we will find that our consciousness rises as well. With this, our psychic and intuitive powers will increase. We will be able to see through lies as we become more and more discerning. More than this, not allowing ourselves to be pulled into any of the conjured up dramas those choosing to stay in the old earth and disintegrate with her try to throw at us. All systems will and are disintegrating because they cannot hold frequency any longer. This applies to all individuals as much as the greater whole. It is the return to simplicity. The complicated and outdated old systems will be replaced with communities who operate like cells within the greater body of the new golden age. As much as the temples of light are rising and already being anchored in by the intergalactic and universal councils, the shift is intensifying, and with it, souls will simply not want to have wars and bickering and fighting any longer, and will rather find whatever unifies, brings together, and knits together, as the old separation and duality in truth are non-existent and only being played out by those who are still clinging onto the old. Note, and this is very important, many are being challenged, as a lot of old is being churned up, which finally needs to totally be let go of. Old systems, old ways of life and living, relating, and operating will simply start to break up and dissolve. The longer one tries to patch things up, the more they will break up. Here the inner work needs to be done, that final releasing, and then a deep surrendering so that one's will is in alignment with the greater universal will, as the great master plan is in the process of unfolding in far greater ways than we can even imagine right now. Remember, it is not only the Earth which is ascending, but this whole solar system, galaxy, and universe. And all is on track. Nothing is missing. That master plan has been decreed eons ago, and it is now operational to the T. Alpha and Omega merging as one. The old experiment of patriarchy is no more. It is not valid any longer. It is now the sacred return to unity and harmony between the divine masculine and divine feminine, as both are equally empowered, and the divine masculine is fully in tune with his own feminine side, as the divine feminine is with her masculine side. They enhance each other beautifully. This means a super quantum shift in all relationships, familiar, society, and within all and everyone and everything. It is the return to visibility on all levels of the intergalactic fleet and the intergalactic council and the universal councils, and already happening. Many of the star seeds, like me, are already functioning on multi-dimensional levels and working with these councils and working in our sleep state, in our true soul form. We are becoming universally conscious, where all the lies which we ever told us, that this planet is the be-all and end-all of all existence, are being replaced with the full realization that the intergalactic councils and intergalactic fleet have been involved with this planet from the very beginning, as I write about in my books, and have always been here and never left. We all were seeded by the self-same, and thus we look like them. They are so highly evolved that we just could not see them with our physical eyes for thousands of years because the veils of amnesia came down, and with this our ability to space travel. These highly evolved souls fully embrace the universal Christ consciousness, unity and harmony, and work from the heart of divine love. Many of the intergalactic civilizations are 7th to 12th dimensional, and this includes Venus in our solar system. Their craft are conscious, and they indeed have the ability to instantly teleport their massive motherships from one universe to another. Such technology will be returned in New Golden Age, as our consciousness rises fully into the 5th and accelerating into the 7th, and then returning fully to space travel, and we'll even have our own motherships again, as we had before. We are already in a new Earth, where what a few years ago was labeled as science fiction becomes the norm. With such vast leaps on universal scale, we now are asked to keep up with all of this and to hold on to no thing. Let go of all you ever believed you were capable of what is possible and what is impossible, as we are now cruising into the totally unknown. Yet all the navigational tools are within us. We are being guided and being looked after and helped by the universal masters, the intergalactic fleet under the Ashtar High Command. And this has been expanded now as this fleet works on universal and multi-universal levels. The universal and galactic masters, and here Lord Melchizedek is prominent, Add to this those masters who all had lifetimes on earth, and thus know what it was like to be alive in the older. The archangels, angels, unicorns, dragons, and now the 9th to 12th dimensional dragons are making their presence felt and purifying the earth into the deepest core, are all here to assist us and to merge with us in higher degrees. Lady Gaia has already ascended, and indeed she is shedding herself now totally from the old earth as she fully embodies the new earth now. Indeed, to be here to witness and be part of this is something your soul has been prepared for many millions of Earth years, and this is the only reason why you are here, to see this shift through and to complete mission. I have spoken. As the false fear matrix simulation is fully dissolving and collapsing from within and all around us, as we lose all fear and the control it had over us. The interdimensional Stargate systems, realities, realms and architecture are fully online and ready for the final ignition of the spark within our hearts, crystalline core and grids of new ascension earth. Holding the state of the 0-point field. Is you in alignment with the Godhead? Is you in alignment with your real true self, real reality and state of beingness, your true essence? In this state, you return to being the creator and creatrix of your own heaven upon the earth, where you get to dissolve and overwrite, co-create the realities you wish to create, in alignment with the greatest good of all. As you have merged with the oneness, with all that is, no longer feel separate from any parts of your creation, true self, and any other. Your shadow and light all merged as one, no longer separating, rejecting, judging, abandoning or fighting any parts of you or any other. That's true divine union. It's what ascension is all about. The polarities unified within the Holy Trinity. It's us returning the Holy Grail and true wisdom. It's us being the unity field, here now and quantum, completing our ascension missions, hero's journey, our cosmic rebirth, reset, and divine hierogamic reunion of the One, the cosmic KRYST and one tribe, remembering its one true self. Now as all the trauma-based mind control and karmic load has been purged and cleared from the collective field, we get to create our own destiny, and you are either all in or not. The ultimate divine choice point. Whether you'll align with real truth or get stuck in the false because of fear. The true self is honest to itself when we're angry, hurt, sad, grieving, feeling shame, guilt, etc. We don't push down our feelings and divine feminine wisdom, knowing, and intuition any longer. Once fully aligned with our divine blueprints, our wounds and traumas are being fully healed. As you align with real truth, as you remember, that is what sets us all free. It's what heals us all. It's what love is. It's us returning real truth. We are the disclosure, and we're done being the scapegoat for others' unacknowledged shadow aspects and transmuting the collective karmic load. As we have completed our karmic lessons, missions accomplished, as we have fully reclaimed our God-sovereign free self, now everyone reaps what they have sowed and what we believe we truly deserve. Once we truly and fully align with our real, raw, true, eternal, authentic self, we also claim what we're truly worthy of and now receive that in divine alignment. As we align, all aligns for us now. As we have stopped giving our power away and reclaimed our real, raw, true, eternal, authentic self, returning the really real, fulfilling our own destiny and hero's journey all the way back home to our new Eden and true divine love.